Hello everybody, this is True Neon here with another Photoshop tutorial. Today I'm going to show you how to use clipping masks. Clipping masks are really cool because it just takes an image and it applies it onto a selection of where you want to put it. So with this we're going to start and we're just going to add one little thing of text and then have an image underneath it, just so I can teach you the basics of making a clipping mask. Once you have your text made, you'll find another image and just leave it underneath the text for now. Once that image is in there, we'll move this image and put it on top of the clipping mask, or of the area that we want to clipping mask, so this being our text at this given moment. Right mouse click on the layer that you just put on top of the text, because this will then make our clipping mask. Right mouse click, find create clipping mask, and then click on create clipping mask. As you can see, this immediately takes what was of the image and puts it into the boundaries of the text. This is important to always have your image that you want to put into something on top. If you had the text layer on top of the star stock that I used, it wouldn't have worked. But because the star stock was on top of the text, it was able to clipping mask the star stock into the text. I'm going to do that one more time just to show you kind of how to do it. Have your image with all the graphics, so this one right here that's disappearing and appearing, and then move it on top of the area that you want to put it into, on top of the layer of the text in this example. Right mouse click on the graphic and then hit create clipping mask. This immediately clipping masked it into the text. Now that you have the basics of creating a clipping mask, we'll apply it into signatures. Applying it into signatures is a little bit different, and I'll show you why. If you were going to clipping mask, let's say a splatter, which is my favorite type to clipping mask, on a new layer, you would draw in your splatter brush. That'll be the area that you're going to clipping mask into. Then you're going to press layer, new layer, and then hide your splatter brush. Then go to image, apply image on the new layer, and apply the current image state. Then you can unhide your splatter brush. The reason why I hide my brush is so that I don't apply the image of the brush, rather I leave everything open and clean. This is just so that it looks a little bit more clean for me and I can clipping mask a little easier this way. Then move it on top of your new image, apply image, move that on top of your splatter brush. So you should not be seeing your splatter brush after your image, apply image. You will move your splatter brush underneath the applied image and then right mouse click on the applied image and apply create a clipping mask. At first, there's no change. After the mask has been made, there's absolutely no difference between what the signature is and what it is now. To change that, continue to have clicked on the applied image and use your cursor tool to move it a few pixels left, right, up, or down, but immediately it will affect the clipping mask. See how all this is changing as I move the background, so you can actually see the character's eyes in the splatter right now. I don't want any of the character render, so I'm just going to move it away so that it's just the colors blending in with the splatter. Sometimes there will be portions of the splatter that does not remain clipped. So if you see that area where it splits in between the black and the actual mask, this is because that's the image being masked into the splatter, so that's the original splatter that shows. You'll probably want to fix this by clicking on the splatter brush and then finding an eraser tool to just kind of erase the parts of the mask that didn't actually get masked, concerning as they're a waste of the blending. They kind of take away from the actual mask. But there you go, that's a clipping mask with a splatter brush. You can do multiple of those to just add layers of new depth and splatters, or if you don't want to do splatters, there's also multiple different things you can do, like say a rectangle box. You'll take a new layer, put in a box, then you'd make a new layer, hide your box, image, apply image, unhide your box, right mouse click, create clipping mask over top of the box, and then click on your applied image and move it with your cursor and now you're taking the mask and you're moving the actual image behind it in this section of the box. So it's the same exact image, but it's in the box. You can do unique things with this style. Clipping masks are really cool. It's all up to just kind of testing around with your clipping mask, play around with its options, its functions, what it has, what it doesn't have. Just keep trying to do different things with your masks. Masks are really cool. I use them all the time, and there's multiple ways to just use it than doing just that. For example, with text in a signature is also a little bit of the same way of everything else. So you'd add your text in here, and then create a new layer, hide your text layer, and I like to hide other very visible clipping masks as well, so that I get that original kind of mask in there. So then hide your text and hide anything else that's too distracting. Go image, apply image on the new layer above the text, unhide your text, right mouse click, create clipping mask, and then begin to move that, and then you have your masked text. Put the box back down there, and then with the text you can just do, and with the blending options, just put a stroke or something on there, test around with all the different options. But that's very basic understanding of clipping masks. So you can use clipping masks very different ways. It's up to you to try and figure it out and try to master the concept of clipping masks. I'll leave that to you guys, but thanks for watching, thanks for staying in, and have a good one. That's just a little image I put there with the clipping mask of the signature that I just did. Right here with the clipping masks, that's clipping masked into the text, so you actually have, you know, text. Thanks for watching. Subscribe and stay tuned to the Iconic Gaming's Design Team YouTube. There will be more tutorials and speed arts coming in the future, so always pay attention to our wonderful designers that keep supplying content for you wonderful people.